The Octonauts and the Great Ghost Reef. The Octonauts and the Great Ghost Reef. It was a clear and sunny day under the tropical sea when Captain Barnacle's bear was testing his snorkel, Peso Penguin was champing Claudius, Tune-Up the Vegemole was packing a picnic basket, Dashy Dog was packing his sunglasses, Tweet Bunny was changing a spark plug, Dr. Shellington was modeling his new swimsuit, Quasi Kitten was taking a nap, and Professor Inkling was studying his travel guide. The crew quickly assembled in the Octopod's headquarters to find Professor Inkling frantically pointing to the eerie landscape outside. Octonauts, the small Dumbo octopus explained, "We're all excited about our vacation to the Great Reef City, but something peculiar has transpired." "Well, shiver me timbers, everything is white," Quasi puzzled out loud. "This place looks like a ghost town." This is a city built on top of a giant coral reef. Normally, reefs look like colorful rocks where many plants and animals make their homes. Dr. Shellington informed the crew, "This is not at all what I expected. We need to find out what happened here," Captain Barnacles decided. The crew cautiously explored the silent streets of the city. As they passed abandoned buildings and empty houses, they caught glimpses of pale shapes and heard strange creaks and moans. "Do you see that? Do you feel that? Do you hear that?" "I'm pretty sure there's a perfectly good scientific explanation for all this," Shellington said nervously. Eventually, they came upon an old turtle nudging a large trunk out of his front door. Noticing the name on the mailbox, Barnacles politely asked, "Excuse me, Mr. Slowstache, could you tell us what happened here?" The turtle slowly looked the polar bear up and down and then gave a slow sigh. "I'm afraid it's all a great mystery," Mr. Slowstache began his tale. "When I first moved here, as a young whippersnapper, the reef was famous for its bright colors, and seagrass aplenty to eat. At time, we went by more and more animals came here to live. They built fancy buildings, theaters, and shops. This place was quite the hot spot. I guess everyone was so excited or so busy that no one noticed the coral beneath the city had started turning white and brittle. Bit by bit it spread." The turtle gestured sadly to his own home. "Now even my house is falling over. Nobody knows what caused this. Some even say the city is haunted. I'm the last to go. It's just too cold here for my old bones." Dashy patted the turtle shell and asked, "Is there anything we can do to help?" "Thank you." Mr. Slowstache smiled in appreciation. "Thank you, young lady. I remember a beach from my childhood, just 2 shakes of a turtle's tail from here. I could certainly use a hand moving my rock collection there." The Octonauts packed Mr. Slowstache's belongings onto the guppy, and the ship took off with a big swoosh. Arriving at the sandy dunes of the beach, Barnacles looked around and smiled. "It sure is nice and warm. Everyone seems to be enjoying the sun." "I forgot how shallow the water is here. An old turtle like me needs more shelter." Mr. Slowstache fretted as he tucked into his shell. "Let's keep looking." "How about this mangrove forest?" Dashy asked. "The trees give cover to the animals and even drop fruit down for food." Shaking his head stubbornly, the turtle persisted, "But I don't see any of my favorite seagrass." "Luckily, the seagrass meadows grow right near the mangroves," Peso announced cheerfully. "Look at those happy dugongs tending the fields." "The water is so murky here, not clean and clear like my old reef," fussed the turtle. "Arr, he sure is picky. I need a vacation from this vacation," Quasi muttered. Flipping his tail in frustration, Slowstache lamented, "I never realized how special my reef was until now. There's no other place quite like it. If we can't find you a new home, we'll just have to figure out what's going on with your old one," Barnacle said confidently. "Let's head back and solve this great reef mystery." "Watch out!" Returning to the city, the crew found Tweak using the Gup-D to prop up row of teetering buildings. "Watch out," the bunny shouted out with concern. "The city is starting to fall. We need to do something fast." Just then, Shellington ran up to the crew and exclaimed, "Octonauts, while you were away, I discovered something very fascinating. The reef isn't rock at all. It's made up of thousands of little creatures. The coral is alive." "Does that mean they're not ghosts?" Peso timidly asked. Shellington shook his head and explained, "No, but they are cold and hungry. When I was studying the healthy reef outside of town, I learned that each coral has algae inside that give it color and help make it food. Algae are plants, and plants need light," Linking added. "The buildings must be blocking out the sun and causing this coral to give up its algae. So that's why the reef turned white." "Octonauts, we have to do something about these buildings," Barnacles declared. News of the Octonauts' discovery spread quickly, and the animals from far and wide returned to help. Together they lifted off the pieces of city to uncover the coral beneath. Yellow, orange, green, red, coral, blue, pink, purple. Everyone worked to build new homes around the coral instead of on top. Slowly, the reef became colorful and healthy again. "Thank you for solving this mystery. Now I've learned that we need to care for the reef just like it cares for us." The turtle gratefully presented each of the crew with a rock from his prized collection. "For all your hard work," Slowstache added with a wink. The Octonauts laughed and all agreed this was the greatest reef vacation ever. The end. Good night.